Hi, cat. Come and get some mango, baby.
One, two, 1, 2, 3. Self-awareness is a superpower. My name is KathyLaDonna. Welcome to Soul and Vibration. I hope the free thinkers are doing well. And if you're not doing well, I'm happy to remind you that you are the most powerful person that you know. You are the most powerful person that you know because only you can create your reality. Hey guys, today is Saturday, April 22nd, and the energies in the day adds up and reduce to the number 6 vibration. If today is your birthday, happy birthday. So the spirit animal we are working with is the golden egg. And with the golden egg energy coming out, the golden egg energy is bringing me to the importance of, say, clarity when it comes to whatever it is that you want for yourself. Whatever you want for yourself is possible. It brings me to the thought of how dreams are previews of your reality, previews of the future, previews of what's possible for you. So with the golden egg energy coming out, I'm getting the importance of allowing yourself to dream, but at the same time, be aware of how you can sabotage your own dreams because you don't want to be disappointed. And because you don't want to be disappointed, you'll ask for something, say you want something, but at the same time, not expect for it to happen just so you won't get disappointed. And I remember when I used to do that because I felt like I can't stand the thought of being disappointed by the universe too. Like that's what I used to tell myself, not realizing that I was the one disappointing myself because as I would ask for one thing, I would also just expect that it wasn't going to happen for me so that if it doesn't happen, I'm not disappointed. And it felt like I had control over what happened. So I think about the whole self-sabotaging behavior. And that's something that I used to do all the time. And with today being Saturday, Saturn energy is in Pisces. And with Saturn and Pisces, Saturn is helping us to be a bit realistic when it comes to our dreams. But to me, realistic when it comes to our dreams in the sense that, okay, you dream the dream, you're clear about what it is that you want. Now, what are the steps that you're going to take towards this dream? Whatever steps that's within your power, within your control. Because when I think of the golden egg energy, I think about, say, the number 0 and how the 0 deals with potential possibilities. Potential and possibilities, but it's up to us to fill in the blank, which is the 0. It is up to us to project something within the egg. And that's a clear idea. It's a clear idea. It's a clear vision of what it is that we want. The day is the 22nd. And with today being the 22nd, the number 2 energy is amplified because it is repeated within the master builder energy, which is the number 22. And with the number 22 dealing with master building, this is where we could find ourselves overdoing it when it comes to trying to serve others, when it comes to work, when it comes to multitasking, trying to do too many things at once. I think about how the number 22 and also the number 4 energy, the number 6 energy are all very caring and supporting energy because the energies in the day adds up and reduces to the number 6. And the number 6 energy is normally the type, and number 6 people are normally the types that you would see in social work. Normally the types that you would see running orphanages or different things that deals with giving back as far as taking care of others, because the number 6 is an energy that deals with community responsibility. love. And the number 6 is also a material number, dealing with things on a material realm. So that's why you'll see 6s, doing jobs that deal with material realm, whether it's with the person, the individual. Because I think of like the number 6, like dealing with social related things, but then also Venusian related things, which is beauty, pleasure, and things like that. But the challenging aspect of the number 6 energy is where our definition of success comes from material things. This is where we're never pleased when it comes to our appearance. We're never pleased when it comes to our achievements, because everything in the material realm is losing value daily, because everything in the material realm, will come to an end, break down, decompose, and there's always something new. So you could get the latest vehicle today, and by tomorrow, like, there's a newer version, so it's not that new anymore. And after a while, it's like the excitement that you had from getting it, it's not there anymore because it's not that new anymore. And I feel like when you're dealing with the number 6 energy, it always feels like the carrot is moving away from us. So this is where today you feel so ecstatic because you achieved something amazing. And then 4 or 5 days later, even a week later, you're back to beating yourself up all over again as you try to go after something new, trying to feel fulfilled or achieve your goals. But at the same time, no matter how much you achieve your goals, you still feel unfulfilled and just not that good about yourself. And I feel like that's whenever our definition of success is associated with material things, where instead our definition of success should be, based on our spiritual and emotional growth. The card for the day is the 8 of Pentacles in the reversal position. This is the 8 of Pentacles in the upright position. So the 8 of Pentacles in the reversal position talks about, in the upright position, the 8 of Pentacles talks about working hard to achieve something. It talks about being focused and having a system. As you could see on the card, this person is focusing on one pentacle at a time. So I imagine like the baker baking cakes at a time and just keep, piling it up. But in order to do that, we have to have some kind of a system that works for us, some kind of a system that fits our personalities. But with that card in the reversal position, it brings me to the thought of not having a system that works. I think about a conversation I was having the other day with someone, and this person was saying how it's like how there are social norms and it's important for people to follow social norms. And I was saying to that person, the social norms that we have are always changing. And the changes that appear to be happening in the world is because the people who gave you the social norms, and when I say the people who gave you the social norms, I'm talking about the people who controls media, education, the foods we eat, who has a hand in our overall human experience and how we're conditioned and how they want us to perceive reality. Like, they decide what social norms are, and if the social norm appears to be changing, I'm sure there's a hand in that, where of course we do have free will, but again, those who's educating and influencing have a huge hand in it. And I was explaining how the issue with social norm is that it causes people to suffer. It causes people to suffer because it makes it seem like there's a one size fits all, in the sense that socially we get these definitions of success and these ways how to be and to live our lives. And some people will follow the blueprint to a T and find themselves miserable and depressed and feel unfulfilled. But because everybody is walking around with a smile on their face, making it seem like they're so happy, with their decisions and the things that they've done, the people who are suffering feel ashamed to say that they're suffering, because it's like, how could you be complaining when, you've achieved this, that, and the next, but yet still people are unhappy and they don't want to say anything because they don't want to be judged. They don't want to look bad. or the people who follow the blueprint and then they're in debt all the way up to their, all the way up to their hips because they follow the blueprint, they got all this education, but then at the same time, there's no jobs when it comes to the things they got educated in, and they were told, like, this is what you do, this is how you're supposed to do it. So when I think about the number 6 energy, I think about those social norms, those social definition of success, those glamorous callings and things that we try to force ourselves into only to find ourselves feeling unhappy and unfulfilled. So when I think of the 8 of Pentacles in the reversal position, I think about the importance of having a practical system that works for you specifically, not what works for everybody else or what someone else is doing for themselves, what works for you. Because I think about how one friend could live in one state and, started some business and they are thriving at the business. And then another friend, tried to do the same exact business somewhere else and it just doesn't work. And it doesn't work for a lot of reasons. And one of it might be that the one who's thriving at it believes in it and is properly applying themselves to it. And and the process is in alignment with who that person is, where the other person who's trying it, like, they don't really believe in it. They're just hoping. And the process to making, that business successful isn't in alignment with their truth. The moon is in Gemini and the moon is squaring Saturn, and Saturn energy. So the moon is in a place like Venus. Venus and the moon both are in Gemini. The moon is our inner world, our inner conversations. Gemini, Venus is the things that we value. So with the moon and Venus in Gemini, this is where our inner world, is reflecting on being social. Is reflecting on, say, enjoying, quick things, whether it's like, checking out certain things on social media, nothing that requires too much focus or attention. Like for me, whenever there's strong Gemini influence, I find myself doing more YouTube than anything, where whenever I find myself getting into like a show or a movie that consumes me, like I definitely need strong Cancer, Pisces energies to support that. But like, say throughout the time when we had Mars in Gemini, it was so hard for me to like watch a movie. It's like anything that consumed too much of my time and attention felt like I was too absorbed in a thing, and it kind of felt suffocating. So with the moon and Venus in Gemini, it's giving me that vibe where it's like our inner world just wants to try different experience. It wants variety. In Venus and Gemini, we value that variety, but Pisces energy is the opposite. With Pisces energy, that's where I can escape in that show and be watching a show for days. I remember when I first came across The Walking Dead after, it's been out forever. I'm always late to the show when it comes to stuff like this. And I binge watched that show so much to the point that I was sitting at the stoplight one day and I think a person was walking across the street who was on drugs. And all of a sudden my mind felt like it was a zombie, like literally like I had to it was a mess. Like when I tell you I binge watched that show, like say I started on the weekend, like imagine waking up at say 9 and watching it all the way till 2 in the morning and get up the next day and do it again. And then, after that you got to go to and get up the next day and do it again, like 3 days in a row. Then by the 4th day, I got to go to work. And when I get home, I'm doing it to where it's almost like I'm a character within the show. And I know those of you who have strong 12th house placements or Pisces or Neptune placements can relate to binge watching a show so much to where you feel like you're a character. It's been a long time. It's been years since I've been able to do that. But I don't know what was happening at the time. But I was Walking Dead. I was just, I felt like I was a character. I felt like I was one of them. But yeah, but where the moon is just looking for more quick experiences, and also to positively aspecting Pluto and Aquarius. Pluto energy is transformative. Aquarian energy is rebellious. It's friend groups. It's service to humanity. So the moon, wants to focus on things that deals with the psyche, psychological influences, that we experience in relations to groups that we associate ourselves with, and just even freedom is a thing. But the moon doesn't want to be tied down today, is what I get with the moon energy. The moon wants to be social. It wants to explore. It wants to gain experiences. And maybe that's why, say, the Eight of Pentacles energy is in reverse, because, a proper system is not being applied. But I feel like a system is necessary overall that works for us as individuals, not us trying to tether ourselves to the collective system or the social norms, because that's like trying to fit yourself in a box that you just don't fit in, but then wonder why you're miserable, why you're upset, why you don't feel fulfilled, why you're depressed, and things like that. Like, it's important for us to learn ourselves, number one, and then allow ourselves to just be and celebrate ourselves in the process of just being. You guys, such a pleasure sharing this message with you as usual. If you'd like to book a reading with me or check out my weekly exclusive content only on Patreon, the links for that is in the description box below. Please let me know you're here with me by dropping me a white heart in the comment box below. I would love to hear from you and look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Love yourself as if your life depended on it, because it does. Take care of yourself, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.